Hey guys, this is Shannon with Nearly Organic Noshing, and we are at a friend of a friend's house that has some orange trees that they really don't do too much with, and they told me I could come pick oranges. I have Jaden with me. He's coming to give me a hand. We have a couple of ladders in the back of the truck, and this is going to be part of what we do for Christmas gifts. Actually, people love the homemade orange juice when we do it. So I'm gonna pick a bunch of oranges. Thankfully, this is not gonna cost us anything. Pick the bigger ones, don't pick clementines. And we're gonna get started, and I'll go home and start juicing. Last time I did this, I brought Jaden one time with Chris and brought Trevlin the other time, and we pretty much almost filled up the bed of the truck, and I put up over 60 gallons of orange juice and had enough for 2 years of orange juice. I really thought it was going to be for a year, but we kind of rationed it out and ended up with 2 years of orange juice. So I'm not going to be quite so gluttonous this time. I appreciate them letting me do this, but I'm going to put up a decent amount in the freezer for us and then plenty to share. Look at all those birds, man. Trevi would be freaking out. She does not like birds. Alright. Hey guys, I am back from picking oranges. It's actually the next day. I'm trying to think of what day it is. I ended up, you'll have to excuse my house, my kitchen. I ended up doing a bunch of apple stuff yesterday, and I'm actually babysitting apple jelly on the stove right now with the canner going. And I decided I'm going to go ahead and do some orange juice. So Trevi is really sick. She's miserable. I am going to go see her at college on Wednesday, and I was going to work on these this weekend, and I probably will, but I'm at least going to do a few gallons so that I can put some in the freezer and take it to her, and then I will juice the rest. Normally I do this outside, but right now it is windy and 40 degrees outside. So my kitchen is already trashed. I already need to mop the floors and everything else that I've made a mess of in here. So I figure it's already messy. I'm just gonna go ahead and make orange juice. Normally I have a hand squeezer, you know, like the big handle ones that you press down. I've used that the last, I don't know, 3, 4 years, 5 years that I've done it. It's an antique one, but it finally got so old that it is frozen up. Chris was trying to take it apart, but could not get it taken apart to try and grease it and get it going again. So I have these two electric ones. They do pretty good. I just think the hand squeezers really get more out. So my process is this, okay? Usually I have this outside on craft tables, and I have water hoses and stuff like that so I can just spray things off. But I usually throw a bag or two of oranges into a big buckets of water to go ahead and just at least knock off the dirt on the outside, and I change the water a couple times. I'll put it in one, swish it around. I'll take it from that bucket, put it into the next bucket, swish it around, throw it into a colander, rinse it off, and then I squeeze it. I'm not doing that since I'm in the kitchen, so right now I have them soaking. Then I'll pick them up, I'll run them under the water with a scrub brush, and then put them into a bowl over here. Now from this bowl, I am taking them, just cutting them in half, putting them into this bowl. I have 2 of these, so I can do these 2 at a time. And then once these are filled, I'll fill up my bag. And when my bag is filled, I'll close it up, lay it flat, and then I'll be able to put them in the freezer flat so that they'll freeze, and then we can stack them up in the freezer. Bags work so much better if you can freeze them flat for storage. So this is what I'm going to do, and I'll show you how it is as we go along. Now I keep cutting oranges for, a few thousand more oranges or so until I have my bowls. I start filling up my bowls. Normally when I'm outside I do my massive, huge silver bowls, but there's just not really room to have those in here, so I'm kind of doing it on a smaller scale, and probably this weekend I will go outside and do it on my bigger scale with the craft table. So now I'm going to get back to squeezing. I have a bag over here to put my peels in, and then all of my peels will go out to my compost pile. Okay guys, I forgot, I was going to strain this. I have it on the largest pulp setting on the machine. And what I'm talking about is has this setting right here on the front, and you can choose how much pulp. I'm not a huge pulp fan, but it just lets the juice go through faster if you have it on the biggest setting. But you also have the chance of getting seeds and things like that. It keeps most of it out. But if I want to strain it, and I just went ahead and switched containers. I love this. I use this to make cheese and all kinds of stuff in. It's just a stainless steel container, and one of my stainless steel strainers fits perfect in the top. So all I do is pop the container of juice off and pour it through the strainer. And I already have a gallon Ziploc bag in there. And if I want to leave all the pulp in, I will. But this first batch right here, I'm going to strain because I'm going to take this to Trevelyn because she's sick and she doesn't want tons and tons of pulp. The orange juice I do for my brother, I'll leave a bunch of the pulp in, and then I'll do a little bit of each for the family because Jaden and I don't love pulp, but Chris does. So I'm going to let this drain down and go ahead and keep juicing. Okay, so this is why I normally do this outside. It is so messy no matter how much you try to stay neat. So it is going to make things sticky. It is going to splash. It is going to get places you're going to have to wipe down everything. So I suggest that if you're able to do this outside, you do. But I am calling it quits for the night. It is a little after 1 a.m. I think I've been doing this for 4 hours or so, and I have about 5 gallons of orange juice ready to go into the freezer. So as I do more, I'll probably do some more tomorrow night. I'll show you what I end up with.